the Czech Republic, and she starts number 29. I'm not sure she's going to make too much of an impression on the leaders, and Vitkova goes at number 50. Well, welcome to Nove Mesto. It's been a fantastic World Championship so far. I know we've only had two races, but two of the best races that we've seen this season. The highlight for me, certainly the mixed relay, where the local team, the host nation, came through to claim a bronze, and the two top teams in the world both held strong to take the gold medals. Two races, two golds to Norway. It's all going their way again. But not sure today is the day for Tora Berger. I'm not convinced she's quick enough to win the sprint.
Interesting. Grigorin could be. I would love for Grigorin to get her game at the highest level today. She would need to get 10 out of 10 to take this one.
So away goes Taya Grigorin, smack on time, and she will set the pace up to the 1 kilometre mark. We'll get readings all the way through this race, and of course we'll get to see them in action in the range area. 1 kilometre is the first split point at the top of the climb after this fairly relaxing downhill. Always a bit depressing to do downhill at the start, Mike, because you haven't got your pulse up. You know that what goes down has to come back up again. And it really does. Well, here's the climb now. It climbs very steeply up this section. Katja was on this with Vincent G earlier. And Grigorin, well, she's got the pace, she's got the strength, and really, at 32-year-old, she's, I think, at her prime to cope with the pressure, to cope with the endurance of this 7.5 kilometres. Grigorin back up to the height of the tunnels again, and 7.5k the total distance, so it's only 2,500 metres, roughly 6 minutes for each lap here in Nove Mesto. The snow's running pretty well. The stadium is full of artificial snow. Out just 2 kilometres outside the stadium where we've been skiing, it's in fantastic condition, Mike. There's not a huge depth, maybe 18 inches so of well-pressed snow. The groomers have been out over the last 24 hours, and so a nice, relatively easy skiing for the athletes to enjoy on the day offs or when they're just trying to wind down from the racing.
Inhaler, is that Laukkanen?
Not most of the athletes, but lots of the athletes have or are registered as having asthma, cold-induced asthma, I think they call it. As Anastasia Kuzmina gets underway, she's got her fans here. The Olympic champion out on the tracks. Looked very quick 2 days ago. Can she keep that form going today? It's a nice positive start from Kuzmina. She's tall, certainly fast enough. The question is, how many targets will she hit today? 9 out of 10 might see her in with a chance of claiming medals, but 8 out of 10 might be one too many misses to keep that chance alive. Grigorin up to 1 kilometre, and the time is pretty quick, Mike. Most club skiers will take a good 3 minutes 20 to complete a kilometre.
I think they would. This is a good pace, especially over the terrain. The first 400 metres relatively easy, and then it's mostly climbing up to this 1 kilometre marker.
French of Romania. Her teammate started very fast early on today. I wonder whether that's going to be the same for French.
French is really good when it comes to the prone shooting at 91%. She's also good in the stand shooting at 82% hit rate from earlier this season. Unfortunately, we missed Jardine Schloef getting underway for the Netherlands, junior world champion a couple of seasons ago, so she's got potential, hasn't quite converted it to senior level. Daria Domracheva has certainly done that. It took her a long time to get her first win, but she is one of the most graceful skiers on the circuit. Good to watch if you're trying to improve your technique, and if we get some good long shots of Daria Domracheva, we'll just point out what we feel she does right in comparison to other skiers on the tour. But Domracheva, Mike, she's lying second in the sprint standings this year, so she's obviously on pretty good form. Tilliham of Estonia. Haven't seen too much from her this year. This is a really good opportunity for her. 19 years old and relatively inexperience. She's competed at Junior World Championships, Mike, but it's not quite the same thing.
It's not the same thing. Decent position at the Junior Worlds, 23rd, and that was just, last week in Obertiliac, where she got those results. I'm not sure Kuzmina's time is going to be able to compete with Polka's, or am I going to be proved wrong immediately?
I think you might be. It's going to be very, very tight. Through she goes, 2.3 inside, and a good solid start from Kuzmina.
She makes it look so, her long stride, her easy movements make it look as if she's on a training session, but she's so strong that she covers huge distance with each pressure through the legs.
Well, here's someone who is the favourite for many today, but Miriam Gusner is either brilliant or appalling, and we're never quite sure what we're going to get on the day, but she does tend to alternate. So if we call the mixed relay a disaster, maybe today is the day that she's going to come through, and there are plenty of German fans to see her on her way. Their best chance of a gold medal without a doubt, and we'll clock her at 1 kilometre. Well, we have Japan, Korea, New Zealand all competing here in the World Championships. Greenland here as well. Øystein was racing earlier on today from Nuuk, the capital of Greenland. Not sure how he did, but at 45 he was always going to struggle.
Yes, I think Øystein last year, certainly he was in the 80s. He would have been hoping for better today.
Now, Domracheva looking for that time of 2:29. She looks to be well in touch with Kuzmina's time. Very fluid, 2:27. Excellent start from Daria Domracheva. The ankle angle is so key with her skiing.
It is, and look, every time she comes out, transfers her weight onto a ski, the balance is effortless, and that, as you say, that's from her dancing background, her incredibly sharp balance, and she makes it so efficient.
Now, Dunkley has big hopes as well. The Americans in the same hotel as the Swedes and the Ukrainians. They've been in fairly good spirits. We're a little quieter this morning at breakfast, but I think reasonably happy with the way the mixed relay went, and they now know that they've got a chance. Dunkley's technique very different to many others out there, but she's got a great engine, and if she shoots 10 out of 10 today, just watch out, because she might possibly get a podium finish. Grigorin, the pace setter in the early stages, the first to shoot. The wind conditions, well, the flags, the light is fading a little. It's harder to pick the telltale flags out, but 1 minute they're blowing left to right, the next they're fluttering right to left, so it's not strong, but it is changing direction constantly.
Interestingly, Grigorin adjusted her sights there because the wind was stronger when she zeroed half an hour ago.
Well, she hasn't gone for lane 1, so we don't get the luxury of seeing exactly where the shots are falling. What we can tell you, they're all inside that prone ring. So 5 out of 5 and a great start. Gustner going through the first interval, 4.5 outside. That might tell us something. Is it skis again, or is she not quite on the sort of form we saw in Ruhpolding and Antolz?
She certainly looks, Patrick, as if she's got that same desire, the same fight. The tempo's the same as we saw after Christmas. I can't really say what's missing. Can't be. Surely it couldn't be the preparation of the base of the skis.
I think it's highly unlikely at this level. The conditions aren't that tough to cope with, and the technicians have been here longer than everyone else. There's not been a massive new snow since they arrived, and so all the testing really has been done. Now, there is snow forecast, and the skies are certainly turning a deeper shade of grey as we speak, so that could certainly upset some of the later starters, but all the favourites really going in Group 1. Outside Group 1 there are maybe 4 or 5 who have a chance of making the top 3. Palka and Gwizdon, the 2 big hopes for Poland. This is good, really good. What a great start from Palka.
You've got to say, the wind, we didn't see it on the screen, you could see her hair just moving slightly. It increased from the left as she was shooting.
Anastasia Kuzmina, perhaps one of only 3 who can afford one miss and still have a chance of winning.
Oops. Shake of the head. She's annoyed, upset, frustrated, losing, what, 10 seconds? 12?
And at this level of racing, That can push you down 4 or 5 places.
Nightmare start.
Yeah, her race has pretty much gone.
So there's a bullet in the chamber. She can't get it out. The extractors are not pulling the shell out of the chamber. That is, you can see the frustration.
Yeah, you can see the distress on her face here with Atul, and the clock keeps ticking. No advantage will be given for that. That's what, 15, 20, maybe even 25 seconds. Kuzmina now, if she clears the last 3, she deserves some applause. No. Good finish, but what a shame. What a shame. Now she's got to ski faster than she has ever done, because she's already going to be 30 seconds down on the race leader, Palka of Poland. Oh, my goodness, Mike. We've seen athletes do it, and sometimes it's because they rush that reloading mechanism.
I don't know what happened. I mean, the bullet was clearly stuck in the chamber, but the extractors on the bolt should grab hold of the shell and pull it out. So whether something else, some fabric was wedged in there as well, I don't know. But a screwdriver had to be brought along to wedge, to take out the shell.
And that happens, what, 1 in every 100 races? Maybe even less than that. So desperately unlucky for Kuzmina. No such problems so far for Daria Domracheva. Can she clear 5? She looks as if she's in lane 5.
Bad start. Now she's adjusting the sight. She should have looked at the flags and made that adjustment before the first shot.
Oh, disaster. Disaster from Dorashev. Along with Tora Berger, she was the favourite to take the win today. Oh, 3 misses, no chance. 450 extra metres to ski. Ooh. And Klaus Siebert cannot believe it. The worst possible way for him to start his World Championships. And of course, today's result has a direct effect on the start positions for the pursuit tomorrow. Olga Zaitseva, she looks as though she means business. Is this going to be Russia's first gold medal of the championships? Quite possibly.
I think she's going to show us how the shooting should happen here.
That's not bad, except for the last one. They were all in the 9 ring. 5 go down. Zaitseva is going to take the lead away from Palka, and Klaus Siebert furious with Domracheva. I think the Russian coaches will be delighted with what they've seen. 8.9 inside. It's not enough to be able to afford a miss, but she looks fired, Mike. At this stage, she's got to be a little bit careful that she doesn't overcook it at the beginning of the second lap.
I think you're right, but everything about her body language, Zaitseva's intent was to win this race, and I think she will.
Oh, Gosner will be having nightmares. 1 more miss and she knows her chance has gone. Well, she gets away with 2 misses, 300 metres on her very best form. She can make up for those sort of mistakes, but it does look as though Zaitseva is in good shape. Well, what a start we've had, and all sympathies to Anastasia Kuzmina of Slovakia, who had those technical problems with the rifle. That's ruined her chances. Domracheva also missing targets. Welcome back to Nove Mesto. Susan Dunkley of USA on the range at the moment. Took a long time to get the first shot away and has gone and missed the second shot. So I guess that means her chance of a podium has gone. And with 2 misses, maybe a chance of a top 5 has vanished. And she's not happy with that. The ski time might maybe not quite as quick as we were expecting.
Not far off. She's